As we continue to make progress towards AGI, I've always believed, if done safely and responsibly, it has the potential to accelerate scientific discovery and be the most beneficial technology ever invented.
A singularity is coming faster than most expected. It's not science fiction anymore. Some AIs are getting incredibly smart, and they're moving at a pace that's downright astonishing. Google's DeepMind AI projects are leading the charge, pushing boundaries that once seemed impossible. These AIs are learning, imagining, and strategizing in ways that feel almost human. DeepMind started as a small team of brilliant minds back in 2010 with a big dream: to create machines with intelligence that rivals, or maybe even surpasses, human brains. They kicked off as a non-profit, but in 2016, Google swooped in and brought them into the family, recognizing the huge potential in their work. Since then, DeepMind hasn't just been building smarter AI, they've been rewriting the rules of what's possible. One of their first major breakthroughs was AlphaGo. This AI took on the ancient board game Go, which isn't just any game. It's played on a 19 by 19 board with more possible moves than atoms in the entire universe. The game requires layers upon layers of strategy, creativity, and foresight. It's like chess, but on a whole different level of complexity. Now here's where things get crazy. AlphaGo didn't just beat a few amateurs. It crushed some of the best professional players in the world. Lee Sedol, the Go world champion, was totally stunned by the AI's moves. He said he thought AlphaGo was just crunching probabilities, but then he saw a move so creative and unexpected that he had to change his mind. It was almost like AlphaGo was thinking on its own, showing flashes of true creativity. In March 2016, AlphaGo beat Lee Sedol 4-1, a victory decades ahead of what experts thought possible. DeepMind squeezed years of research into just a few months. But what's even more mind-blowing is that AlphaGo wasn't programmed with every move or strategy. It only knew the rules of Go, and everything else it figured out on its own by playing millions of games against itself. It learned like a human child would, through experience and trial and error. AlphaGo's success didn't stop there. DeepMind came back with AlphaGo Zero, a newer, more powerful version that didn't even know the rules at first. That's right, no prior knowledge of the game at all. It learned everything by playing itself repeatedly, and it surpassed the original AlphaGo in just days. This version was throwing out bizarre, creative moves that baffled even experts, but ultimately helped it dominate the game. The next leap was Alpha Zero, a single system designed to master not just Go, but also chess and shogi. This AI wasn't taught strategies for each game. It was only given the basic rules and taught itself everything else. Within a short time, Alpha Zero beat all the top AI players in each game, inventing new strategies and moves that no human had thought of before. Even Garry Kasparov, the legendary chess champion, praised its style, saying it played dynamically and creatively, much like he did in his prime. What's incredible is that Alpha Zero doesn't just repeat old tricks, it invents entirely new ways of playing, almost like it's rewriting the rulebook in real time. Instead of grinding through millions of human games, it plays against itself, learning from every victory and defeat to refine its tactics. The creativity it shows isn't something programmed. It's an emergent property of the AI figuring out the best moves on its own. This has completely changed how experts think about game theory and AI learning. Suddenly, machines are not just mimicking humans, but surprising them with fresh ideas. The ripple effects go far beyond games. This kind of self-taught, adaptable intelligence could influence everything from robotics to economics. It's a glimpse of a future where AI could become a partner in innovation, not just a tool. DeepMind kept pushing the envelope with MuZero, a model that could master games like Atari Classics without knowing the rules at all. Just imagine an AI that figures out everything from scratch, not unlike how humans learn new things, without any supervision. It's like watching a prodigy at work, but this prodigy is a machine. These AIs are learning on their own, adapting, imagining moves and strategies that are just out of this world. But DeepMind isn't just about games. Their work has moved deeply into medicine and biology, opening doors that were previously unimaginable. AlphaFold is one of their most groundbreaking achievements. Released publicly in July 2021, This AI can predict the 3D shapes of proteins with astonishing accuracy. Proteins are the building blocks of life, and their shapes determine how they function. Understanding these shapes is crucial for biology and medicine, but it's notoriously difficult, like finding a needle in a haystack the size of a planet. AlphaFold learned this skill by studying over 100,000 known protein sequences and structures. Its latest version can now predict protein shapes down to the atomic level. This is huge. It's one of the biggest scientific breakthroughs since the mapping of the human genome. The first batch of AlphaFold's predictions covered over 350,000 protein structures, including those critical to humans and other organisms essential for biological research. Scientists are already using AlphaFold to develop medicines, understand diseases better, and potentially cure illnesses that have baffled researchers for years. There's even speculation about how this technology might someday unlock superhuman abilities by manipulating biology at a molecular level. DeepMind hasn't stopped with proteins. They're developing AI in partnership with medical institutions to speed up diagnoses for eye diseases, predicting severe vision problems months before they happen. One AI, for example, can recommend patient referrals as accurately as top doctors, diagnosing over 50 vision-threatening conditions. Another AI can predict acute injuries 48 hours before current medical technology can, diagnosing 9 out of 10 severe cases correctly. These AI systems aren't just powerful, they're saving lives. Moving beyond health, DeepMind's WaveNet, developed in 2016, revolutionized text-to-speech technology. Earlier systems used a method called concatenative synthesis, chopping up recorded speech into bits and stitching them back together. This made robotic voices that sounded mechanical and flat. But WaveNet took a different approach. It generates voices by learning from data and producing speech that sounds natural and human-like. It even mimics intonation, accents, and emotions, making AI voices richer and more lifelike than anything before. WaveNet is helping bring back voices to people who've lost theirs due to illness or injury, giving them a chance to communicate again with the nuance and emotion of real speech. Its lighter version powers the voice assistants in many Android devices today. Other versions like WaveNet EQ and Lyra improve call quality on weak networks, making everyday communication smoother. DeepMind's approach to AI training is unique. Instead of just building bigger models and feeding them more data, they focus on smarter training methods. This challenges the usual belief that bigger is always better. Microsoft and NVIDIA's Megatron model needed supercomputers with thousands of powerful graphics cards for weeks to train. DeepMind, however, developed an AI that can search the internet for information just like humans do, scoring significantly better on comprehension tests than larger models like Megatron or OpenAI's GPT-3. Later, DeepMind released Retro, an even smaller model with only 7 billion parameters, way less than GPT-3's 175 billion, but more accurate and up-to-date because it can retrieve real-time information. This means Retro can answer questions correctly about current events that older models get wrong, like who recently won Wimbledon. It's not just about size anymore, it's about smart access to data. Another fascinating DeepMind creation is the Generative Query Network, or GQN. GQN can take just a few images of a scene and imagine the rest, creating full 3D models without needing detailed instructions. Just like a baby learning by observing. It understands objects, counts, and classifies them independently, which opens huge possibilities for robotics and virtual environments. Alongside it is MuJoCo, a physics simulator that closely mirrors real-world physics. It models human and animal muscle movement with remarkable precision, allowing machines to move more naturally and realistically. This has enormous potential for robotics, making machines more lifelike, and in medicine by simulating body mechanics. These technologies show how AI is moving beyond support roles to become a powerful force, shaping how we interact with both virtual and physical worlds. Some of these AIs are inching closer to human-level intelligence, and, in some ways, even surpassing humans, speeding through knowledge, outthinking us in strategy, and understanding the mechanics of the world and our biology better than we do. It might sound a bit unsettling, but DeepMind is also heavily invested in safety. There's an entire team dedicated to ensuring these powerful machines remain under control and beneficial for society. It's tempting to imagine a world where robots take over, but it's much more likely that these AIs will enhance human life, helping doctors save lives, assisting in scientific discoveries, creating new art, and making technology more accessible and natural. So the singularity might be closer than anyone thought, but it doesn't have to be scary. With teams like DeepMind leading the way with care, innovation, and responsibility, the future looks bright and fascinating. If this dive into Google's DeepMind AI blew your mind, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing tech stories like this. There's a whole universe of AI out there just waiting to be explored, and it's only getting smarter.